Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. This is Howie, and I'm here to help you win with money. Today is July 23rd, 2022. We are in week number 29 of the year. While the markets ended red on Friday, this was a positive week for the markets. Before we go to this week's summary of my options trade, if you're on Facebook, join me in this Investing 102 group. This is where you can level up your investment knowledge. Also, I generally post my trades within 5 minutes or mostly within an hour, but there are many times I do it in 5 minutes of the trades happening. But this is where you can see it, Investing 102 Facebook group. So let's open up E-Trade. We go into the transactions. I'm going to filter in the last 7 days, hit the apply. I'm going to copy these transactions out and then paste that into my pivot table. So with the magic of editing, I will speed this process up. And here you go. These are all the trades that I did. Dark blue was last week, week number 28. This is going to be week number 29. And again, I copy all the trades from my E-Trade account, put it into here. I number the trades. First thing I do is hit the save button, and then we're going to do the pivot. Go over here, hit the pivot. Let's plug in week number 28 first, and then 29. Hit the save button. We'll go to the next tab, hit the refresh, and then we can zoom in. Whoops, I don't think it likes these things because it will overwrite it. Okay, there you go. Let's copy this data out. This is what it looks like afterwards. I fix all my data, and you can see I actually have not updated this from the pivot table from 2 weeks now. So week 28 and 29, I plugged it in, the number of trades. So you can see the last 9 weeks have been awesome. Been making money. My average per trade is going up. So this is good. It's all about the consistency. I lost a few times this year. I was trailing last year. But I want to see if I can keep this going, keep this pattern going on. So let's look at some trades. Let's dive into the details. The first trade that we want to look at, I have a filter. It's called my 234 method. Basically, it's writing iron condors with $9,000 in capital only. I go 10 wide, so the maximum I can have is either, if you're using iron condors, that means 9 contracts, and I'm calling it 234 because if you can see what I do, I group this into 2. There's a 4 here and a 3 here. So those how I group my trades. So in my portfolio, you can actually see that. And if you look at how much I made using $9,000 in capital, I made $3,200 this year. If you're doing the math, I'm on a rate to finish the year about 60% ROI using the $9,000. For this week, if you look at the week number 29, all I did was I've been rolling up and out. I'm sorry, I've been rolling up, but this is the put side and it's the untested side. What happened is the SPY hit close to 4,000 points, which means these puts are getting further and further away from the market price, and there's no way they're gonna ever expire in the money. So I roll it up and out for a little bit of credit, and if you see they're not a lot, if you just do this, collected $16. I probably paid more in commission. I probably paid $20, $30, or $40 in commission for these trades. So the broker makes probably more money on this particular trade than I do. But what I'm trying to do is, if I can tweak out another $1 or $2 or $3 or $4, it's still worth it. So without talking more about 234, let's look at some other trades that I did this week. Let's put a filter on QQQ. Here you can see I opened a new position in QQQ. And this should be where I collected the amount up front, 176, and then I rolled it, collected a little bit more, not a lot of money. I need to change this because this is actually not right. So let's go fix that. Let's put a filter on AMD. So AMD is interesting. At the beginning of the week, I did, look at here, I did trade AMD. And then you can see what happened. I end up rolling it up and out. And then there was a problem. AMD actually went past my $87. So I took the July 29 one and I rolled it up and out again. So I pushed it forward. So in 1 week, by doing that, I pushed it 2 weeks, collected $50. Now AMD is a stock that can go all the way from, let's say, $90 all the way up to 120 or 130 pretty quickly. So I don't want to get too deep in the money using this particular cover call. If you look at some of my older videos, you'll see that I did take some money off the table. I sold deep in the money cover call maybe 7 or 8 weeks ago. Made a lot of money there. I took $2,000 off the table and I predicted it right. Now I'm going to start rolling my cover calls up because I don't think AMD is going to stay at the $70 or $80 much longer. So I want to make sure I stay ahead of it. Let's put a filter on Visa. So last week, a couple things I did. There's a cover call that I made money on Visa. I rolled it up and out. You see this? Collected almost $90. But what happened was Visa did go past. I think it hit like 217 or 218. And I was worried that it was going to expire in the money. And so I had to roll it out. And that's what I did. But I was wrong on Friday because the market was down. I think it closed under 215. And if I didn't roll, I would have been fine. I would have made more money if I waited. But I didn't want that extra risk. The other thing is I have some iron condors on it. So I moved up the short side or the short put, the untested side. But you can see Visa has been making me money because this is the same one. If you follow the pattern, this 210, and I think even before that I was playing it. Yeah, I started with the 210 here. It was 215. I rolled it down. If you follow this trade, $57 on this week. And then on this week, because it expired nearly worthless, I rolled it up and out 1 week and $5 more. On this week, I rolled it up and out. I received another $90 and I rolled it up $7.50. So here is a cover call. And I understand that everybody has $22,000 or $21,000 to play Visa. And this is an example of me playing Visa. Now, there's some other things you should know. My cost basis is not $200. I bought this under $100. So if you think about it, my cash output was less than 10 grand. And I'm able to hold the 100 shares. And I'm able to write these cover calls. And my goal is, I'm not doing the wheel with this. My goal is to try to make enough income every week or every month using the shares that I already have. Because the dividend on Visa is so small that I'm really not holding it for the dividend. I'm holding Visa for the high growth rate. I need Visa to grow at 12, 13, 14% year over year. And over time, I'll make my money because I know how to write cover calls on it. And the two things together, or the three things together, make it an awesome combination. You buy the shares cheap. Like I said, I bought it under 100. You hold it for multiple decades. You collect dividends. You reinvest the dividends. You write cover calls, collect the options premium, combine all three together, and that's a winning strategy. I'm going to do a filter on Televox. Televox, I didn't do a trade this week, but last week I did, and I just want to scroll up and show you what's happened since then. Televox was moving sharply up. It went from like $35 to about 42, and you can see my cover calls. I've been rolling them up. And at one point, even this $43, I believe, was in the money. But because, again, NASDAQ was having a hard time on Friday, I think it finally dipped under my $43. My goal here is very similar to what I just did with Visa. I would like to keep on rolling it up and out into the future. Because the goal is, if I bought Televox over here. And if you scroll back here, I bought it at $34.88. If the market is now at $40, I made money. But I want to collect options premium and keep on rolling the strike price higher. Again, I'm hoping to do this for the next who knows how many years. I like to do it for the next 5 years and then show you how much money you can make owning 100 shares of literally any stock and writing cover calls on it. So with that being said, this video has gone 12 minutes already. So I would like to end it, but hey, as always, please comment below. Let me know how you're doing in your trading. I show you my pivot table. I show you my month-to-month data. You can see everything. I do everything on a pivot table. It's full transparency. I also post all my trades on the Facebook group. Actually, I don't want to say all. I do well over 1,000 trades, and there's no way I can post every single one. But I cover well over 60, 70, or 80% of my trades. I don't talk about all of them, but you can see most of the transactions that I do on that Facebook group. Like I said, I'm into full transparency. I'm not posting just the winners and just talking about the winners. There are times where I'm losing money. The last 9 weeks has been awesome, so I'm doing really well. In my Facebook group, you notice that I may lose money if the markets rebound and it goes back up above. If S&P closes above 4030, I will lose money. I need the markets to sort of stay flat right around here for the next 2 or 3 days, and I will look really good on some of my open iron condors that I have. So I'm going to continue playing the same strategy. I believe we're in for more downturn, so I'm going to structure a lot of my trades to handle that type of move and take a little bit more risk on the call side. As always, let's do this together. Let's do this $1 at a time and have a profitable day. Bye-bye.